What up? What up? Peace to the gods, the goddesses, the kings, the queens, and all the children of the Most High God. This is Professor L coming back to drop another quick science to lift you up, raise your consciousness, and give you some food for thought for the day. Good. I want to drop this science so you can keep it moving and I can keep it moving. God just gave me a download and I come to share it. What up? What up? What up? Today I want to talk about the power of vibration. A brother asked me in the store the other day, clerk behind the counter, he saw the way I was dressed and he was like, yo, you know anything about, the vibration? I said, you mean the law of vibration? You should have seen his face light up. He was like, yeah. And he was handling my stuff. And then after he finished with me, I'm trying to explain the law of vibration to him while he's, packing up other people's stuff and ringing up other people's stuff. And I'm like, yo, I can't really drop the science like this, my brother, but I'm going to drop the science to y'all. The law of vibration. Now, if y'all want to understand absolute power, listen closely. Because if you're listening to this, then your God, not my God, your God, had you click in because he knew you needed to hear this. Absolute power. The power of vibration. Listen closely. I want to tell you, if you are into studying the higher sciences, if you are into listening to sages, if you are into sitting at the feet of any master, one of the very first things you will hear him say if he's discussing vibration is what all masters and sages know. It is this one saying, and it goes like this. He who understands frequency vibration holds the scepter of power. I'm going to say it one more time. He who understands frequency vibration holds the scepter of power. Now, what is frequency vibration? Let's go to Galatians 5:22. In Galatians 5:22, once again, I use the Bible because a lot of people don't study the higher sciences, but the Bible is right there available if a person don't know quantum physics, don't know alchemy, if they don't know universal laws, if they don't know the Kabbalah, or if they don't know the 42 laws of Ma'at, then the Bible is right there. In the Bible, because the Bible is you. You are the book. You just happen to be looking at that book because that's the way God talks to people, the common man. I use the Bible, man, because I know I'm speaking to the common man, and my science is for Christians because I used to be a Christian. So my job is to take the Christians to the next level. So we're going to talk about the law of vibration. Jesus was a master of this. Now, Jesus was a master of all the universal laws. So we're going to talk about the law of vibration. The law of vibration starts like this. Everything is made of atoms, and each and every atom has a spins. The faster the atom spins, the more finely tuned that, which is whatever that atom makes, is. It's like a bicycle rim. If the bike is still, you can see the spokes. But once you spin that wheel, all you see is the tire and the axle. You do not see the spokes. This is a finely tuned rim. Now, this is how atoms work. Atoms, protons, neutrons, and electrons are spinning. And the faster they spin, the more highly tuned they are. Now, one must understand where Galatians 5:22 comes into play. In Galatians 5:22, God lists the fruits of his spirit. Love, joy, peace, long-suffering, kindness, goodness, faith, mildness, and self-control. To break it down real quick, because I don't really want to get into that. To break it down real quick, I'm going to talk about the first three fruit. The first three fruit are high conscious states of mind, love, joy, and peace. If a person is in these first three fruit, they are highly tuned. Love, joy, peace. They are highly tuned. If a person is very, very loving, if a person is laughing and very, very joyful, or if a person is always at peace, kind. These are high principle fruit, and you're operating on the three highest principle of God's laws. It's clearly stated there in Galatians 5:22. I encourage you, read it for yourself. Plus, God gave me this lecture on Galatians 5:22 years ago. I just never dropped the science. So I'm giving you a piece of it now so that you understand frequency vibration. Because when people understand this, they're going to actually hold the scepter of power. Now, on top of that, listen very soon for the meditation. It's called Consciousness Supreme Meditation. That is going to be a very powerful lecture, and that is actually going to be part 2 of one of my first earlier audios, Walk Like a God. This is going to be Supreme Meditation, Walk Like a God, part 2. It's very powerful. It talks about the law of vibration. But anyway, going back to the law of vibration, the first 3 principles of God's Spirit is love, joy, and peace. Why? Because these are 3 high-frequency mental states. That's what people have to understand when you're reading the Bible. The Bible in Galatians 5:22 is talking about your mental state. Now, the 4th frequency, the 4th fruit is long-suffering. That means there's a problem going to arise every now and then that's going to interfere with that mental state. You see, God knows that He knows the structure of your human anatomy because He is you. And He's trying to teach you how to know your higher self. So He's telling you that if you understand love, joy, and peace, once you resonate in these 3 fruit, more positive things can happen to you in your life because of the law of attraction. You see, you must understand the Bible is based on the laws. A lot of people don't know that. So when a brother like me start dropping science about universal laws, they don't know how I'm gifted at tying the universal laws into the scripture. Because God has revealed to me that the universal laws is in the Bible, but they're just broken down through stories. So I'm showing you with this scripture in Galatians. This letter was written to the Galatians where they're talking about that the spiritual leaders was telling them how to control their temperament. Once again, we're talking about frequency vibration because this is power. Once again, I'm at past 7 minutes, but hey, hang in there with me. I'm going to try to make this short. Okay, because you need this power. You know, you actually have it. And if you understand what I'm saying, if you listen to this again and again and again, you'll understand how to move with power as you walk like a God. Now, so if you understand love, joy, and peace, those 3 fruits of states of mind, and walking in that, then long suffering is every now and then the universe knows that because of certain interferences within your consciousness, there's going to be a monkey wrench in your, that comes into your life that causes things to get thrown off. That's what long suffering is. That's why it's right in the middle there. Love, joy, peace. Then it's long suffering. God knows that something's going to come to fuck everything up. However, because God knows that you're a God you're a microcosm within He who is the macrocosm, He's telling you how to regain your ability to maintain your power. After the long suffering, the fuck up, the idiot comes along, the bad news, whatever the hell it is, you lost your job, your rent going up, somebody smacked your child, I don't know what the hell it is, all type of shit's going to happen in your consciousness. Especially if you watch a lot of bullshit in the movies, because the movies is feeding you. So, what the movies do is feed shit into your mind, and then the next thing you know, you're experiencing these shits in your life. That's why you need to shut that shit down and start studying and showing thyself approved. Oh yeah, I come to give it real because I don't come to play. God said I don't need no filters, man. God said don't try to be Malcolm and Martin and the Jehovah's Witness and the Catholic priest. Fuck all that. I need a brother to bring this shit for real. So that's why God says, if you study that Bible, look at Galatians 5:22. Love, joy, peace. Every now and then I'm going to throw a monkey wrench in it and fuck your ass up to see if you have the ability to regain your God status. And the next 5 principles demonstrate that. Kindness, goodness, faith, mildness, and self-control. You see, God already knows your life. He knows every now and then, because of the irregularities of your consciousness, a fuck up is coming along. So He knows that the way you are made, you basically operate off the first 3 principles. Love, joy, and peace. So a lot of people was always nice. Yo, what's up, dude? How you doing? Hey, baby, how you doing? What up? Yo, baby. Ooh, damn, baby. Yo, people are always nice. Have a blessed day. Be good. Holler at you later. What's up? Peace, my God. All right. People are always nice. But soon something happened. You stop spinning high-tuned. You see, love, joy, and peace is high-tuned frequencies. And that's how you are made. But God said, whoa, if I need you to spiritually elevate, I'm going to throw a wrench in your life. A fuck up. I'm going to send somebody in there with some bad news. I'm going to have somebody lie on you. I'm going to have you fired from your job. I'm going to have somebody steal your goddamn car, smack your child, and fuck your wife. The question is, when that fuck up comes along, can you regain your balance as a God? Will you continue to be kind? Will you continue to have faith? Will your spirit still be mild? You see, the long suffering tunes down your high frequency because you are naturally made with the first three fruit: love, joy, and peace. But as you grow, monkey wrench is going to come because monkey wrenches causes spiritual ascension. Did somebody get that? A monkey wrench is what elevates your dumb ass. Because we have a tendency to get comfortable in the first three fruit, spinning high frequency. Motherfucker got his foot up in the man cave and shit. All the homies over and shit, smoking blunts and shit. Yo, the chick got to get in there, down and call the girlfriend. God needs your attention, so I'm going to interrupt that fake reality that you created because it's time for you to spiritually elevate. So here comes long fucking suffering. Now, because God knows that you are wonderfully made, if you exercise the next five fruit, kindness, be kind. Be kind to someone after the fuck up. That's a test. The fuck up was a test for you. It was a test to throw off your frequency vibration, or I don't come to play. I teach this shit for real. God wants to know. You see, because God don't play. When he throws that fuck up in your life, why this happened to me? Why not your ass? When God needs you to elevate, why not you? He don't need you saying, why this happened to me? He needs you saying, why not me? I'm a God and I can handle this. I will rise above this. Who are they to think that they can't creep me down, hold me back? I am a child of God, created in the image of the Most High, and my mind is all consciousness, and that which I put a target on, I shall achieve. You see, now this is how God's think. It don't matter how many rocks is in the river. Go around the rock. Because what you don't know is that you are both the river, the rock, the water, the grass, the stream, and everything else. Consciousness is all. The mind is all. Oh, you talking to a wise brother now? I don't have time for that bullshit. I'm going to close this out because, I'm getting all excited and shit. But yo, like I said, I just move out the way. And I let my God speak. Now, I hope you understand what I'm trying to tell you. High frequency vibration is who you are. The thoughts come through your entity status. The God thought. T-O-H-T. You see, in the beginning there was the word. What is that word? Thought. You're going to get thought or thoughts. It doesn't matter. The universe don't give a shit how you identify it. The universe don't care that you haven't associated the Egyptian God thought with the thoughts that transfer through your mind. I'm going to give you thoughts anyway. Because thoughts is who you are. That's how you got here. Everything begins with thought. In the beginning there was the word. Oh my goodness. I can't take certain people up but so high. God said don't go too high up on the ladder because you lose two people. So you lose with several people. So what I'm trying to tell you about is the power of frequency vibration. Masters know that if you combine the law of vibration with the law of polarity, with the law of rhythm, the law of rhythm talks about the high times and the low times. You're going to have high times, feet up, chilling with the homies and shit, hanging with the girlfriends, and then you're going to have low times. Kids giving you all type of hell, fired from your job, can't pay your bill, foreclosure, all type of shit. But you's a God. And when you line up with the God within, all things can be achieved by high frequency vibration. It don't matter what type of problem you have. Remember those first three fruit. The fuck up is always coming. Because the fuck up is something for you to bring your head out the clouds. I know you make about 100 G's. I know all your kids done grow up and they doing so well. I don't give a goddamn. When I need you to elevate, I'm gonna throw a monkey wrench in your life. What I'm looking for is to see how well you regain your balance and know how to continue to generate your God power through your consciousness. Can you restore yourself after the long suffering? You see, this is all about how you vibrate. Don't think I'm moving far from that, because I'm talking about vibrating. Because you are an atom. You are made of atoms. Protons, neutrons, electrons, and they spin. The more finely tuned that atom is, the more finely tuned it spins. How tuned are you to your higher self? You have come here like an atom. But when an atom comes, there is a split in this third dimensional realm. But it's not really a split. There's the appearance of a split. You have the unseen side of the atom, then you have the seen side. You have the flesh side, then you have the spirit side. Your job is to unite. The two must become one, and the two can only become one when you understand frequency vibration. Gods vibrate at a very high frequency. That's why when you get around a God, certain activities cannot take place. You'll understand this when you start vibrating higher. You'll understand this when that knowledge still starts flowing through you and you walk on the street and people regard you with a certain type of regard. They look at you and they feel a certain vibration. You'll understand it when the cop comes upon you to give you a ticket, but because you're vibrating so high, he's now only wanting to assist you in clearing up what possibly went wrong in that situation. He's not looking to give you the ticket. Why? Because you're vibrating on a high frequency. You see, vibrating on high frequencies has nothing to do with flesh, racism, and all of that childish shit. When you vibrate on a high frequency, you look past flesh and you look directly at energy. Oh yeah, you see, you talking to somebody who knows this shit. That's why God said, I need somebody like you to bring this. See, I got the intellectuals. We had the Martins and the Malcolms, and we had them, the Farrakhan's and the Joel Osteens and, the Joyce Meyers. We had them. I need a nigga from the hood who got a heart full of love for everybody in the hood, who knows himself. He knows that in the hood, everybody in the hood is a reflection of his own self. Are you that one, is what God asked me. I didn't necessarily step up real quick. You know how we do. No, I'm not the one supposed to be a pastor for you. I'll never get up on that stage. You can get out of here with that bullshit. Oh my God. Me and God had long battles about me doing this teaching. God finally said, get your dumb ass on YouTube. I ain't tell you to get on the corner hand on no pamphlets and some broken down ex-corner store man with 24 different chairs from Goodwill with some dresser with a purple cloth over it talking about that's your altar. I ain't asked you to do all that shit. Why are you trying to run ahead of my game? I need you to get on YouTube and drop this science. I was like, oh. Okay. I seriously thought you wanted me to get one of them little corner spots with the dresser and the purple cloth and shit. Oh my God. God said, if you just bring your old ass up to a modern day and get your old slow ass on YouTube, stop bullshitting. Yo, I gotta close it out now, folks. I got mad love for you. This Professor L. KTHS, Know the Higher Self Radio. Professor L dropping it real and raw. Like, share, and subscribe. And don't forget, you can show your love. Because I'm showing my love, baby. I love myself. And myself, according to the structure of the human anatomy, is each and every one of you. You got to understand, I am shining my light. And off the images reflected off my pineal gland are you. So I love you, my brothers and my sisters. In closing, I just want to say, understand, read Galatians 5:22. Understand why God said these are the 9 fruits of His Spirit. Those 9 fruits of the Spirit is all about your temperament during life experiences. Hello. Because your temperament controls your body. Temperament. You are the temple. And here's a little secret. It's going to be in my book. The book I'm working on is called Secrets of the Gods. Here's the secret. The kingdom is within you. So when you lose control of your temperament, you are tearing down your own kingdom. But you think that, because you're looking at things on the outside of you, you don't see anything torn down in your moment of anger and rage. But certain things have been torn down in that moment of anger and rage. And you just haven't saw it yet, because that which happens within the kingdom shall eventually manifest outside the kingdom. So that's why the Bible is you. And a lot in the Bible talks about your temperament. If you read that Bible closely, the Old Testament, you'll notice the whole Old Testament talked about people's life experiences as individuals, as families, as groups, and as nations. The whole Old Testament. And then the New Testament introduces this baby with this high level of consciousness. You see, you don't know that this is you. You don't know that the Bible is you. You don't know that your birth, your coming out of nowhere, is you coming into being placed in the garden, the mind of God, with your parents as physical representatives of that God that created you. You don't know this. You don't know that as you're evolving, you are the entire Old Testament learning. Well, you're supposed to be learning, because the whole Old Testament is about learning. That's why if you study Matthew, you'll notice they took Jesus out of the Bible at 12 and brought him back again at 30, 18 years later. His ministry began at 33. From 12 to 30, Jesus was educating himself all over the world. They call him Yeshua. Tibet, Egypt, Rome, China. He went to all the great learning schools to learn to master all the religions. And then he came back with one principle: love. Everything is about your temperament, because everybody that you're looking at feeds off your light. So when you control the vibration of your light, you can basically have control of everything outside yourself. That's why Jesus said love is the highest law. Because once one radiates love, even if you don't know all the other laws, even if you haven't learned the Bible and mastered the Bible, even know about the Bible, if you're vibrating at a higher frequency of love, bullets can't even harm you. Rage and anger can't touch you. You see, that's the secret to how Daniel sat in the lion's den. A lot of people don't know this. The lion didn't touch Daniel because Daniel was vibrating at a very high frequency. He could turn his back on the lion and sit there in peace. And lions, animals will not aggressively attack anything that's peaceful. But if you come up in there running, well, that's a challenge. Oh, you think you're faster than me? Not only am I fast, but I'm hungry. I couldn't figure out, man, I couldn't figure it out. I kept asking God all my life, how does he go into a lion's den and come out alive? Frequency, vibration. The higher you vibrate, the more powerful you are within your universe. And others will gravitate toward that high frequency of love, especially when it's the three principles of fruit: love, joy, and peace. I hope somebody has learned something. This is Professor L. Once again, dropping that science, baby. Sometimes I just let myself move out the way and let that God come through, and he give it to you like he's supposed to give it to you. But I hope somebody learned something, because I definitely learn. I'm always teaching myself. All right, y'all. This is Professor L. I just come to drop another science. I hope somebody has been spiritually elevated. Like, share, and subscribe. And don't forget, show your love. That's loveseed777@gmail.com on PayPal. LUVSEED777@gmail.com. This is Professor L. Peace, love. I love myself, and myself is all of you. And I'm out. Peace.